G'day everyone, it's Mark here again, and today we're looking at a friend of mine, David's 1980 Chrysler New Yorker, which is a really cool car. It's the R-body car. So here's the man himself, David. Hey David.
Hey Mark.
How you going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good. Let's just step into the car here and have a bit of a look around. How long have you had this car for?
Since 2006.
2006, yeah. You drove it across the US, didn't you, on a trip before you brought it back?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And 318 V8?
Yep.
Yep. And let's maybe just have a bit of a look inside. Now, how many miles are on this car?
31,000.
Wow, 31,000 original miles, and it's pretty cool. You can even see the this North Carolina little label here, which is kind of cool. And let's check out the interior. It's got the power locks. And you've got this little opera window here, which is cool. You've got a fire extinguisher. Yeah, well prepared. You can look at the interior. That little window that's in the rear door there. It's quite a nice, kind of a little bit of like a limousine or a bit of a privacy kind of styling feature. Beautiful interior. Little grab handles there. Even the wood grain on the ashtrays and the power window buttons. The nice big lights for the courtesy lights there, and then we'll just check out this. I love the big the lights on the doors. Nice door trim here. It's like kind of pleats, and then quite good instruments in terms of amps, gauge, obviously temperature gauge, which a lot of cars of this era had just buttons rather than gauges, or they had lights, I should say. Got the 8-track stereo, Best of Who. Don't know who's playing at the moment, but Best of Who is it Creedence Clearwater or something? I don't know. Oh, do you want to pop the hood? We'll just have a look at the engine.
Sure.
So these R-bodies were made between, was it 1979 and 81? So really short lifespan, and they were sort of sitting on the Chrysler and I guess Dodge Plymouth dealers' lots for a fair while. They had a lot of stock at Chrysler, and Lee Iacocca took over the business. They obviously got the big bailout from the government, and I think one of the first things he did was drop the model. So it would have been a huge investment for Chrysler to only run 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, the models, except for the St. Regis, translated into the M-bodies.
Yeah.
And these were just too big for the market at the time.
Yeah.
For Chrysler's volumes as well. The M-body was, I guess, what they felt a better size.
Yeah, we've got an M-body. It's not here at the moment, but hopefully it'll be here one day.
Yeah.
And that's based off the Aspen Volare, and they obviously released it as a LeBaron.
Yeah.
But they kept making that New Yorker Fifth Avenue for like years and years and years.
Yeah.
So at least they got their
89 or something like that.
yeah. So at least they got their mileage out of the tooling.
Yeah.
I actually remember going to the US and walking into the Chrysler Plymouth dealers and seeing those brand new on the floor, which is. I don't feel that old, but I guess I must be old enough to have done that. So here's the 318 engine. Tell us a bit about the car. What do you really like about it?
Look, I love the way it looks.
Yeah.
I remember there's a magazine in the 80s called America Australia.
Yep.
There's a two-tone brown right-hand drive one in Australia, and I remember looking at it thinking, one day I'm going to own one of them.
Yeah.
So when this one came up, it was ahead of a trip that we're doing to the US, and bought it. It's a low mileage original car. Literally the only thing that's not original on it is the child sort of anchor points I've put on the rear parcel tray, which you don't even see.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's stock original.
Yeah. That's really cool. So I'll just do a bit of a sweep around the car so you can get a bit of a sense of the vehicle. Like the Chrysler, the wheel covers there. And the back's really cool too. I really like the back of it. Does that light up or just the outside lights up?
Brake lights,
Yeah.
and then for tail lights it's all the way to here,
Oh, okay.
and the centre, which is where the
Like
fuel
a
comes
reflector?
behind, is a reflector.
Okay, so it does light up in the next section in from
Yes.
the outside. Okay, that's pretty cool. And these bumpers, I know some of these had some issues with, because they're aluminium or something, aren't they? They had some issues with the chrome, but these ones look to be in really nice condition. So, well, speaking of, let's go for a bit of a spin in the car, David. You can see also here the side lights for, if you're turning into a curb or something like that, they light up. just to light the way. Put your digital clock there. Chronometer. Oh, it's best of the Beach Boys. So there you
Is
go.
it?
Yeah.
With the car came like two
Like a case full of them.
cases
Yeah.
of these things. So I kind of do rotate them in.
Yeah. It still works, does it?
Still works.
That's cool.
And I just kind of use different ones from time to time. I think it was the Mamas and the Papas before this one.
Yeah.
I just rummage through and change it over every now and then.
Yeah.
It's good to keep it sort of used
Operating,
every now and then,
yeah,
so it stays
yeah.
functional.
Yeah.
But we'll give it a skip today.
Yeah, that's fine.
Apologies
That's
to
fine.
those that
Love the Beach Boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these have someone coming, torsion bar suspension on them, and like most Chryslers, I guess they're not as spongy as probably the GM or the Ford cars, but they tend to handle better, and the ride's probably a little firmer.
The handle's fine for what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not as floaty as maybe a Lincoln or some of the other GM,
certainly
like an
not as floaty as
Electra,
a Lincoln.
yeah, or a Buick Electra or something,
Probably not dissimilar to a GM car.
like a Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It 318 carries it along nicely. The 360s and these R bodies do certainly perform way better.
yeah.
But-
You've got a 360 in one of these, haven't you? You've got a Dodge St Regis original factory police car, which is
Yeah.
I've driven that. That's a really nice car to drive.
It is. But it's a lot more nimble than this one. But this is
Yeah.
a lovely, just kind of cruiser.
Yeah,
Drive it very sedately.
Yeah.
And just as it's really kind of designed to be. If you're in
Yeah.
a hurry, you're just going to sort of overstress it all. But
yeah. You just cruise along and build up your speed, and then just nice. Smoothness is probably the keynote, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
You can see the Pentastar stand-up hood ornament there.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. And there's plenty of fake wood grain, which we love.
So, can't get enough fake wood grain.
No, that's right. But love the car, and I think there wouldn't be too many of these left now with only 31,000 original miles. So thanks again, David, for sharing the car with us.
Thanks, Mark.
No worries. And please remember to comment, like, share and subscribe. So thanks again very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.